Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Things are falling apart for Rigathi Gachagua. The center can no longer hold. All his attempts at the courts to block his impeachment, all the attempts have failed. So his impeachment trial began officially today at the Senate. And earlier in the day, a three-judge bench also delivered a very bad news to Rigathi by declining to stop the proceedings at the Senate. And in their findings, they also made a very interesting finding. Habari za hivi punde, mahakama, maslahi ya umma ni kuwa mjadala uendelee. The three-judge bench, while giving its ruling, observed that Kenyans want the impeachment to continue. So the public mood is that the impeachment should proceed. And that's also very interesting because Rigathi Gachagua and his team have been arguing that Kenyans are against the impeachment. The three-judge bench in its finding states very clearly that Kenyans want the impeachment to continue. That should worry Rigathi Gachagua because if you look at Rigathi Gachagua's defense team, all their hopes are on public participation. They are saying that Kenyans are against the impeachment. Kenyans were not consulted enough. This ruling should worry Rigathi and his team. And the issue of Uhuru Kenyatta's Northern farm that read last year has also come back to haunt Rigathi Gachagua. Let's have a look at a post shared out by Pauline Njoroge, after which we are going to put all this into perspective for Kenyans to understand what's happening here. Pauline Njoroge, life can be very interesting, and indeed those who live by the sword fall by the sword. Just 2 years ago, Gachagua went all out to demonize the Kenyatta family over their inherited wealth and even telling Kenyans that the family's property should be taken over. Memories of the Northlands invasion last year are still fresh on our minds. Today, the same man is desperately trying to defend his wealth, which he claims he inherited from his brother. And the people who are supposed to corroborate his evidence are writing to the Senate with a different story. Yes, we know about the Olive Gardens. Rigathi has come out very openly to state that he got most of his wealth from his late brother. And he gave some names of people who may be sold or oversold, that the same people Rigathi thought were going to defend him are now implicating him. That will be a story for another day. I want us to put all this into perspective for Kenyans to understand in clear terms what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Yes. Before we dig deep, let's listen to some reactions coming from Nakuru. Listen to this.
Tueleze maoni yako kuhusiana na hoja hii ya kumbandua naibu rais. Kwa kiufupi tu utueleze kama mkazi wa Nakuru, sauti yako ni gani? Sauti
yangu, kitu ya kwanza, kwa majina naitwa Smata. Mimi ni kusema aje, hii Gachagua yenyewe amekuwa kwa hiyo serikali. angejua aje. Kuna mtu alikuwa anaitwa Ogora, General Ogora. Ogora alikufa aje? Sasa kama wewe uko deputy president na unajua uzuri Ogora amekufa, na kwa hii mamlaka ako wapi?
Eleze tu kuhusiana na hoja hii ya kumbandua.
Sikatai, naongea tu. Hii ya kumtoa, hii Gachagua ameenda. Hata kama tunampenda, ameenda. Hii imeenda hii. Lazima kama Gachagua anajua ajiuzuru saa hii. Si ati ashinde akienda kwa Senate. Hao wako na ngima. Hao wamejaa tumbo. Si ati anaenda pale ati jitetee. Pale hivyo anatoka tu kivula walai. Pale ametolewa tu, ajikubali aseme aje enyewe kama ni hivi na mimi naongeanga ukweli. By the way anasemanga yeye anaongeanga ukweli. Kama anaongeanga ukweli ajitoe. Wakenya tumekubali ajitoe. Acha kwenda kushu pale hivyo ashinde akitusiwa pale. Amejaribu kotini na hiyo kotini anaenda enyewe hakuna haki. Juu haki ya Mkenya sasa ni pesa. Unanielewa? Kwa hivyo lazima Mkenya mwote anasikiza saa hii ajue aje kama Gachagua anapenda Kenya, ajiondoe tu hivyo tu.
Haya, shukran. Huyo anasema Gachagua ajiondoe. Maoni hapa, watueleze maoni yao kuhusiana na hoja hii, na pindi tu ambapo majadiliano haya yataanza kwenye bunge la Seneti, basi watakuwa na maoni gani kuhusiana na haya. Nianze nawe, pengine uweze kutueleza maoni yako ni gani kama mkazi wa kaunti ya Nakuru kuhusiana na hoja hii. Tuliona wiki iliyopita bunge la kitaifa liliweza kupitisha hoja hii kutaka kumbandua, na sasa liko kwenye bunge la Seneti. Pengine maoni yako ni gani?
Kwa majina mimi naitwa John Gekonyo, chairman wa bodaboda huku Nakuru. Mimi naona hii maneno ya Senate sasa mahali imefika. Sasa mimi nimekosa matumaini kwangu kulingana na vile sasa hii kesi inaendeshwa. Haya, mimi nikiangalia pande ya koti tena vyenye ilisema jana, mimi naona pande yetu hatuna matumaini sasa. Wacha Senate sasa kama wako na huruma wa muokoe, lakini mimi pande yangu naona hakuna matumaini tu.
Yes. It's good now Kenyans are coming to terms with the reality that Rigathi's goose is cooked. He can't survive in the Senate. When all these things started, some Rigathi Gachagua's bloggers and supporters were saying the Senate was going to save him. In this forum, we did explain that Rigathi was going to lose at the National Assembly, and he was also going to lose at the Senate. And even the courts might not save him after all will have been said and done. So already, his goose has been cooked. He has no option but to wait for his impeachment, because even now, I don't think his resignation will be of any use. His goose has already been cooked. Let's put all that into perspective for Kenyans to understand what's happening here. From all that, it's coming out very clearly that Rigathi Gachagua never planned well. He started a war without putting in place how he was going to fight that war. And it's very clear William Ruto, when he was picking Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate, William Ruto never wanted Rigathi, but he just wanted to use Rigathi maybe for some other political reasons. But Ruto's heart was not for Rigathi Gachagua. That's what I'm seeing coming out very clearly. And Rigathi also done himself lame by attacking everybody. We remember Rigathi attacking Uhuru Kenyatta. We know of the Northlands farm. And just recently, Rigathi also warned members of parliament for Mount Kenya that if they don't start supporting him by December, then they'll never be re-elected. All those were political blunders that have now come back to haunt Rigathi Gachagua. Instead of Rigathi Gachagua using his position as the deputy president to make amends with Mount Kenya leaders, he used that position to bulldoze his own views on the mountain. And that's exactly what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. I've always maintained that upon Rigathi Gachagua being impeached, if William Ruto picks somebody from the mountain, it will just take a few months and Rigathi will have been forgotten. The mountain will start rallying around the new deputy president. So Rigathi will die politically just like that. And Rigathi's impeachment should be a warning and a lesson to leaders who will come after him, that anytime you are in a position of authority, be humble and be just. Rigathi has been very arrogant, very unjust, to a point of even warning he was going to deal with Raila Odinga with finality. The same Raila Odinga is now comfortably in a cordial relationship with William Samoei Ruto. Rigathi was being used to threaten and to attack Raila Odinga. His life now hangs in the balance. That's the irony of life. Be very, very careful when in a position of authority. Let me stop it there for now, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. So Kenyans should not sympathize with the Rigathi Gachagua. Let him carry his own cross. What goes around comes around. Let me stop it there. Thank you.